We are rolling. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Fast Renegade Pro Cup Series. 10 years of fast racing. Ready to get going here from Phoenix, or ISM, whichever you prefer, for 110 laps for the fourth race of this long, grueling season. And joining me for this one tonight, back once again from Fontana, Blake Warren. Welcome back, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Definitely going to be an interesting race here tonight in Phoenix, Arizona. Ran a couple of laps out there, and overall, it's pretty good, all things considered. Though, a few things to keep in mind, something that Andrew had just mentioned to me a little bit ago. Down past where the start and finish line is, where the dog leg is a no-go zone. You are not allowed to drive down there, something I didn't realize at the time when I was running my practice laps, but all the same, track is pretty fast. I think it's just a big balancing act as to how much brake you put into the car, which will pitch the nose forward, which runs the risk of having the back end swap out on you, but at the same time, how much gas you give it. It could potentially tighten up, and more than anything, especially, well, in the last corner, more than anything, getting close to the start and finish line, you don't want to drive it down too low. If you clip the yellow line on the bottom of the racetrack, that does run the risk of having the car shake up and bottom out a little bit, and does run the risk of going into a spin. So definitely a very skilled technical track for drivers, and considering not a lot of leagues, to my knowledge, use Phoenix, typically, even the older configurations for that matter, it's definitely going to be an interesting race for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's for sure. A lot of guys have admitted not to be the biggest fan of this track, and of course, this is the configuration with the start-finish line off of. Or I should just say the new configuration with the start-finish line right off of the corner in front of the grandstands. So going to be something a little bit different, and like Blake said, not allowed to go down below the yellow line in the dogleg only, just for safety reasons. Considering how much room is down there, don't want someone coming back up, making it in a 5-wide situation, and then all of a sudden there's a big pile up. That would not be a good time. So that's why that rule is in place. But otherwise, head down there at your own risk throughout the rest of the track. We're going to take a look here at the starting lineup for tonight's event. Joshua Moyers back on pole in the number 68. Has one runner-up finish. Been kind of up and down throughout most of his races, but we'll see what he can do here tonight. William Page to the outside in the number 5, and then Jovan Anderson and Bill Martin with a great qualifying effort there in 4th in the 39. Sean Romero and Cody Luke 5th and 6th. Federico Zabai, and please forgive me if I mispronounce that at all, but driver number 6 is starting in the 7th position. Sean Whitehill 8th, and then rounding out the top 10 is Jacob Spatana and Greg Lovell. Looking like we got an official car count of 26 for tonight's event. Should be a good one, but going to be a treacherous one as well. And of course, to everyone watching, always feel free to provide feedback on how the streams are going. And please definitely check out the links down below for the Fast Racing League and of course for the Johto Network, which will be taking over for a race next week in Atlanta. So be sure to tune in to JTN for that one. We're about to get ready to go here. Let's get you some pictures. There we go. And it's happy hour just wrapping up here. Drivers meeting wrapping up. Everyone getting an idea of what's going to happen tonight. Hopefully, for Blake's sake, a little less chaotic than what occurred at Fontana.
We can only hope.
Drivers, to your cars.
That is true. Nick Gunther, a name that I'm going to go ahead and mention here. Starting about mid-pack there, along with Tyler Mallon, but those are two guys that are definitely going to be hungry. Mallon coming off a win last week at Vegas, and Gunther coming off of a lot of what could have been runs Definitely, no, I know that he's going to be going nuts to try to do well here tonight. And we'll see what he's able to do. I think that he and Malin will be able to get up there soon enough and contend for a good result there. But it's Josh Moyers and William Page on the front row here. There's JTN, speaking of which, in the chat there. Good to see you. We're ready to go fast. Let's go fast. 110 laps here. Blake, I guess I'll throw the question to you. I know that you did get some laps out there. You're saying how the track was. Did the setup kind of feel like it was going one way or the other?
I think it's manageable. I myself have been doing a lot of short track, flat track racing over the last couple of weeks, so I'm kind of like picking up on how to drive it, even though I'm not the fastest at it. But yeah, I think fingers crossed enough drivers have enough common sense and practice that we should be able to have a good race here tonight.
Yeah, these are some of the best ready to go here. 110 laps at ISM Phoenix, Arizona. 6 to 8 and 5, lean under the green flag, which is out here. 110 laps underway in the desert.
Couple cars dipping below there a little bit. I don't know if there will be any warnings there. One car into the outside wall. Hopefully no one hits him.
Ooh, and a couple of guys getting loose there. There's Matt Watkins almost sliding in the 15. Yep, the 6 of Zabai falling back already. And yeah, a couple guys diving to the inside there. Not sure if maybe that was just an avoiding action thing, or maybe if they got back up track before the actual dogleg itself. But yeah, I'm seeing it happen a few times here. Nick Gunther just went down there as well. But Tyler Mallon using the inside of 1 and 2 to his advantage. Already gaining a couple of spots. Now as Greg Lovell and Sean White all in front of him, but Jacob Smetana is going to try to pass him. The Cody Lucas spinning out.
Just wrecked it hard.
Going into the wall there. Greg Lovell collected. That was on lap 2. Not sure if that's going to be a restart or not. But caution out early in the going for one of the front runners there, Cody Luke in the 8.
Yeah, it looks like the 8. And this is kind of what I was saying earlier in regards to the whole entire situation of driving flat tracks is I think he gunned it a little bit too hard in the throttle, back end swapped around, and then just rear end impact sent him into the outside wall, pancake the driver's side.
Yeah, hopefully that won't be too serious. They'll be able to get that fixed pretty easily with it being moderate damage. Nothing too serious, a little clip there to the side of Nick Gunther, but that shouldn't affect him at all. But we are still rolling here, so it looks like the race is official, and we will be rolling from here. Just check it on up front here as we get back to the live picture. Moyer's leading from the outside on pole. But Jovan Anderson and Bill Martin have been able to use that inside line starting spot to their advantages. As in William Page, who's back and forth, and then Sean Romero is 5th.
I'll say this much, having watched Jovan recently, he just finished up running the Melancholy Series race at Charlotte, ended up getting a runner-up finish there. So, doing a double duty, jumping from Charlotte, North Carolina, and coming all the way out to Phoenix, Arizona.
And driving that absolutely beautiful Dave Blaney scheme that we were talking about last week. Jovan knows how to get it done. Has had a couple solid runs so far this season. And yeah, of course, pulling double duty coming off of Mellon Carter, which is another league, different group of guys that also runs a little bit earlier on Sundays. So, of course, if you're interested, be sure to check that out, as well as any in our racing leagues out there. Best place to look would be Facebook for those, if you're interested in giving it a shot. The 6893 will be the front row here. Not seeing any of the front runners come down pit road here. A couple guys toward the back, opting for the top off here. I totally missed what the fuel window was going to be. I don't suppose you got a glimpse of what that would be?
I'm sorry, what was that?
The fuel window. I completely missed looking at what it was. Were you able to get a glance at it by chance?
I was not. I was more focused on running laps and seeing how the car handled.
I got you. If I had to take a guess, I would say it would probably be like 40 something laps with it being on ×2 frequency. Again, anyone in chat who's listening, or anyone in general, please feel free to correct me. And then we'll be able to make sure that we get you a more accurate stance here as the field takes 1 to go. We'll be going green on lap 7. Looks like Moyer's going to stick to the inside line. It's a weird thing about this track, though, is that with 1 and 2 being where it is now, that's where you have to kind of roll it a little bit more. You kind of dive it a little bit more in 3 and 4 where the stands are. So that can definitely play an effect as far as maybe how they're going to drive it at the end of the race. The pace car is going to pull in there, but now we got a long drive around back to the start-finish line here. Oop, that is on my end. Oh no.
Everyone's gone.
That might be a server crash. That's not good. Oh dear.
It's as if 1,000 souls cried out and then silence.
Yep, I just, I have been booted from the game, so, same happened to you?
Yep.
So, yeah, server crash. You're seeing it live, folks. This can happen. Can get back here on, TeamSpeak, see what might be going on. But needless to say, rain showers have hit the track, so brief rain delay here.
And people are slowly starting to trickle back in. So, you know how a few people maybe wanted to have that race restart? Looks like they're going to get it.
Yeah, that's gonna. Actually, the problem though, they might have to requalify. But
yeah.
there is that at least. JTN2 in chat, certified fast moment. Jeff Goodpaster just messaged me, said, "Yep, it crashed."
They're going to do a lotto queue.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
No. Maybe no. Sorry, someone is suggesting a lotto queue. Unless the 81 is an admin.
That's Tyler, and he is not, to my knowledge. And yep, server died. Hey, Nick in chat. So I guess we'll find out what happens here. I think we had a couple stragglers try to get in late who weren't able to. That's going to help. I'm seeing Ed of Early Out come in. And they're actually, looks like, well, one of the things that they're going to do is shorten the length of the race. It went from 110 laps to 94 laps. Nick, I'll go ahead and ask you, since you're in chat there, really quickly, if you can, and if you can hear me, what the fuel window is. I totally missed it. Actually, here, I can look. Oops. That's, oh my gosh, I did it again. There we go. So probably looking at about 45 to 50. That's what it is. Let's type in this out in the game chat here. So according to JTN, Noah and Randall, they will have the top 2 qualify, and then lotto queue the rest of the field to line up for the start. They're probably in discussion currently. There's Ediver Leal, who won the race at Fontana, who did not make it initially. Looks like they're going to let him in. That's going to be an additional. Blake, I guess I'll ask you, because I know that you've been around quite a few leagues, and I'm sure that this kind of thing has happened. What generally occurs on that side of things? If a server goes down, what do they usually try to do?
I'd say it really depends. I once had a case where I accidentally restarted a race when I was trying to, I think I was just trying to do a server command or whatnot. Stopped. Oh no, maybe I wrecked. I think I wrecked. Meant to hit retire and accidentally clicked restart race. So, luckily it was a small enough league that it just mainly was everyone laughed and then figured it out from there. But, yeah, I don't know what to say really. I guess it depends on how far along it is. If it's come to be a short race or so, but they've only gotten like maybe 10 laps in, I don't think anyone really cares all that much to do the 10 laps over again, especially if someone got wrecked. However, if it's very late into the race, I don't know. Either you just call it there or you try and hope that someone had the results.
Yeah, that's fair. They have kicked it to qualifying, so it looks like they're probably either re-queuing or going with what Joe said in chat there of having the top two qualifying and then pretty much lotto queue everybody else. Oh, and then try to line them up by roughly where they started. And I'm seeing a lot of drivers turning laps here, so it looks like we're just re-queuing.
That can work.
We'll see how they'll line up this time. And Josh Moyers and William Page were the front row the first time around. Let's see if that snakes up this way. Can't see the results as they're coming in here on screen, but be sure to let everybody know here. So far, Nick Gunther has gone quickest. Toby Roberson in second. Those guys definitely got some good laps together there. Moyers is fourth. And then Moyers jumping up to pole just like that with a blistering lap, over a tenth faster than second place at the moment. But that definitely looks like that is going to be a considerable gain as far as starting position for the 56, the 64. Of course, the 09 now going to be in the show, currently 7th. Still got 30 seconds left here. I'm going to get on and off track here just to make sure it's moving along okay. Federico's Zabai, though, one of the losers in that, currently shown 16th, haven't started in the top 10 the first time. But 94 laps is still a pretty long race, so they'll have plenty of time to get back up to the front. There's also going to be looking at Greg Lovell, who's kind of far down there. Sean Whitehill, of course Randall Coleman. Matt Watkins is 10th. William Page opted not to qualify this time around. Kind of an interesting call there. Might let everyone get antiquated with their pit stalls here, and then we'll kick it back forward and pretty much resume where we left off for the most part, just with a different order.
That changes things up a bit.
You're not kidding. I was saying, Edward Leal seems to have a thing for being in 7th. Starting 7th, now having joined late. And of course was 7th on the restart when he went to 1st after they wrecked in front of him at Fontana. Was 7th on one of the last restarts at Las Vegas, being on fresher tires. Still got a pretty good finish there. And again, these guys are going for actual cash at the end of the season, so points really matter. And you know that he's glad now to be a part of it. I still don't have his paint scheme, so it's still just going to kind of look like a pink blob, so I apologize. Everyone else out there, though, looking good. Looking ready to go. You could pretty much call it, we had a rain delay there, had some laps under caution. Red flag out briefly. And now we're going to resume it here with everyone pretty much mixed right back up. Once we kick it back to the race session, we'll get you back to the live picture here to get the action back going. Alright, we have kicked it forward.
Drivers, to your cars.
We are ready to get right back to the action.
You can hear the crowd screaming in excitement.
They are ready to get it back going. Josh Moyer's on pole with now Nick Gunther to his outside to restart this thing. Credit to Toby Roberson now in the 64, going to be 3rd, and then Anderson in 4th with Bill Martin and Jacob Smetana 5th and 6th.
I swear I read Gunther's side sponsor is Impact Here, not Impact Health. I'm like, Impact Here, yeah, that's a really good sponsorship. That's just painting a target on your car.
Come get me right here, boys.
Drivers, start your engines!
Engines firing. Started with 110 to go. We've ran a few laps under green and then some hypothetical laps under caution. And now 94 laps to go when we restart this thing.
Pace car dives in.
And then the long drive around.
Yay, there's only one car that I don't have the paint scheme for.
Is it the
A new
09?
record. The car that's on the inside in the 4th row.
Yep, that's the 09. I don't have his either. I have no idea where it is. I would love to be able to see that thing, but maybe I'll have to message him later or something to get it. But we are coming back around to the green flag. We are back at it here. 94 laps of racing.
And that time, okay, a few cars did go under the line, but a lot just straddled it.
Someone dropping
And
back voluntarily by the looks of it, and a couple guys using that grippy inside there to their advantage. And caution is out once again, just like that. RJ Bishop in trouble in turn 1.
Gonna go ahead and check and see what happened. Looks
Yeah.
like he got on the brakes both a little bit too early and a little bit too late. Oh no, I don't know.
Wow.
There was a few cars that made contact and everything like that he wasn't a part of, but he just
Re-rack.
re-rack, and he
Drivers,
eventually
to your
ended up
cars.
in pit lane, straddling the wall. Oh, that was because they called the restart and everyone decided to just go with it. Okay, here we are.
As is to be expected. Now this will be official this time, provided the server holds together. Knock on wood.
Server hold together, drivers hold together.
Blake, I swear, every time I have you in the booth, that's when things get chaotic. It's because they know it's you, so they gotta test your commentary ability.
Drivers, start your engine.
In unrelated racing news, in fact, not even racing news, it's football news. Tom Brady is going to play for his 23rd season, and I want to drown myself in a bucket of oil.
Okay. So he spent one season retired and is coming back? Am I
Not even a
understanding
full
that correctly?
season. Not even a full season. They lost the playoff game, and then it was like, okay, looks like I'm going to step away. Then, like, 2 months of football happened without him because there really wasn't anything he could do. And now he makes the announcement, hey, I'm coming back.
Still with Tampa, I assume?
Yep, still with Tampa.
Alright. I mean,
And here we go. Green flag.
And again, once again, just to finish that side tangent, it's okay if he never officially announced his retirement. If he did, then that would drive me nuts. Just because I always think that if you're announcing your retirement, retire. That applies to anybody. But anyways, back to the action at hand here.
Tyler Mallon
an inside
makes-
line. My goodness, look at him sliding off there. Gonna be in the middle, 3 wide with Leal on the inside, Watkins on the outside. That is dangerous stuff. Oh, especially going off the corner here in the near. They make contact. Caution is out again. This time something off of turn 2. It looks like it is Jim Black's 86 car.
I accidentally ran into him when I was running practice laps earlier. So it looks like the 6 ended up driving a bit too high and hit the outside wall. Ricocheted down, and Jim Black was just there, and just everyone there just kind of got involved, and I think Randall Coleman almost plowed into the back of the 6. Luckily, no one else involved. Only 2 cars technically getting involved with one another. So
And there were a lot of good driving jobs there to miss both those guys. Even the 80s, or excuse me, the 6 car who was really sliding all over the place after they made contact. Yeah, look at him come right up there, almost right in front of, I think that was 45. And a nice job there by Oscar Ramos and a few others to miss that. Excuse me, I think that was actually Daniel Cardozo who missed him. So caution back out once, or for the first time this race pretty much. Josh Moyer's in the race lead. From the outset, don't imagine many guys are going to be pitting here. And indeed they are not. You might have some stragglers at the back. But pretty much everyone at the front looking awfully familiar, although I just noticed that there is a missing 93. Unless he pitted and I missed it. No, he's at the back. Did you see anything happen to Joven there?
no, but I'm gonna go find out. I will be back. I'm off to have a quest.
No problem.
He went into the pits. No, okay. His game crashed. When he was under caution, his game just dropped out. He disconnected. And then restarted in the pits and should now be back on track. Yeah, he is.
Wow. Now the question is that going to end up putting him a lap down? Not 100% sure what the rule is at fastest fire is getting laps back when you fall out, especially if it's under caution. Yeah, as far as I can tell, he got back on pretty quickly. But now is just like that, went from third place all the way to the rear of the field. 26 scored at the moment. That is a tough break there, but it's going to move a couple guys up, at least a spot or two. With Moyers and Gunther still the front row, Roberson still third, or will now be third rather, and then Bill Martin in fourth. Jacob Smetana and Matt Watkins will be fifth and sixth. And it looks like Tyler Mallon and Randall Coleman 7th and 8th, and rounding out the top 10 will be Cody Luke and Sean Romero in the 71. Again, one of those guys that just lurks, does well, and can definitely get his nose up there toward the end. Watkins can probably do the same. Pace car is in. We drive on. And has it really happened again?
Oh, no.
This is not going well. So, the rain is back. Ooh, boy, apologies, everybody.
I'm just imagining the whole Matrix thing where it's like numbers falling from the sky and shit and stuff like that. That is the rain we are having. We are having a rain of digital code.
We were having
I guess a lack of digital code because
we're having a binary code rainfall at the moment because it is all falling apart. And also, thank you for catching yourself there.
all the ones became zeros.
Pretty much. Oh man, I mean this is definitely a graphically intensive track, so I wonder if maybe that's what might be causing some of the problems. Definitely, of course, no fault of anyone's. Just things happen. I mean, at where I work today, we had a big computer issue that I had to call a bunch of people and cancel their eye exams. I work at LensCrafters in case y'all didn't know. So, so these types of things just happen. There's not really much that you can do except try to persevere and decide what to do from there. And at this point, they're going. We'll see what the call is going to be. And able to get back into the server. And they are kicking it forward here, showing 78 laps now on the counter.
I say with most kindness imaginable, Andrew, but I will say this. If it crashes a third time, I don't think I'll be able to stick around.
No, I don't blame you. I would be surprised if everyone else sticks around if it crashes a third time. Because that might mean there's something else going on. Once, it just happens. Twice, 3 times, there's something wrong. So if that does happen, I'll definitely try to stick it out as best I can. But let's see what we can do here to try to get everyone the best show possible. So far as I can tell, both times it's gone down was when we were coming to the restart after the first caution.
So was the answer just no more restarts?
I'd say the answer would be no more cautions.
Alright, everyone, take each other out.
Have at it. Caution's not going to come out.
In a piece of real racing news, since this series seems to follow the NASCAR Cup Series schedule pretty closely, if possible at least, Chase Briscoe got his very first Cup Series win today.
Oh, nice. I totally missed everything racing today. One thing I did know what happened was PVA, Chris Prather winning it. Thanks to my dad for keeping me up to date on that one. But Chase Briscoe getting the W, that's awesome.
Yep, in his 40th career start.
That's pretty early on.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see, we had Cindric.
Yep.
And then, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank as far as who else has won. I know that Bowman did.
Yeah, Bowman won Vegas last week. Larson, didn't he win Auto Club?
Larson, yeah, that's right.
So it's gone Cindric, Larson, Bowman, and now Briscoe, if I'm correct on my numbers.
Well,
I think
that's
so.
awesome there. Yeah, that sounds right, because so far the young guys keeping it up at in the Real Life Cup Series, and it looks like we're about to Lotto Q at this time around. And now the field's going to be really mixed up. Although William Page has been put on the poll by the random computer. And Josh Moyer's fourth. That's actually there's some familiar spots for those guys. You're starting fifth. Hey, look at that.
Oop. Guess I'm racing. No, I'm not.
That would not end well if I did. That's for sure.
I got on and off track.
I will do the same, and then I'll get back the live picture here.
Drivers,
Start your
The fans, well, they're willing to wait through however many resets because here we go. They're cheering their heads off once more.
They're like, bring it on! Let's do this! But this will be interesting now, though. You got Sean Romero in second, Jeff Goodpaster third, James Moore will be fifth, and RJ Bishop sixth. That's kind of a mismatch third row there. Anderson and Coleman, and Oscar Ramos and Jacob Smetana. Looks like we'll be rounding out the top 10. And then, of course, some really fast guys mid or back of the pack. So now with 78 laps to go, we're back to racing after yet another rain delay. Hopefully that is the last one.
Please stay ones where they need to be ones. Please stay zeros where they need to be zeros.
Amen to that. Oh, no,
we got a spin.
Pastor. And James Moore spinning. A couple other guys
3,
hard to the
4,
wall.
maybe 5 cars involved.
Ooh, someone else hit there pretty hard. That was Seth Cole. There's RJ Bishop. I think Blaine Donlin as well involved. I think Jessica Shelton. Oh! Seth just spun Jessica. Intentional or not sure. As those two are good friends, I know there's no hard feelings there. They're just kind of funny coincidence there. But we are back under caution, and now this will be the moment of truth of if we can make it back to the restart without it crashing again. That will be pretty
Fingers
telling.
crossed.
In the meantime, though, we'll see we're brought out this caution flag. Jeff Goodpaster up at the front.
Yeah, this
unfamiliar
Six-
territory.
The 66 spinning Jessica, unintentional, I think. I don't know what view everyone uses. Typically, I use the hood cam, but in the process, it ends up cutting off your vision kind of to the left and right. So, probably if he was in move cam and gunned it to get going, just didn't see the car coming from the corner that he couldn't see into his line of sight. So,
Yeah, as someone who also uses roof cam as well, I can definitely attest to that being a bit of an issue. Yeah, a number of guys getting through there nicely. Well, Toby Robertson actually got a hit there, the 6th, hit the 03. There's also Ryan Lusk going for a little bit of a tumble there. He kept just pulling away, and yeah, probably just a little bit too close there. So I'm sorry, I just had to call it out because it was kind of funny, just knowing how Seth and Jessica are with each other. Kind of a funny coincidence there. So under caution, again, probably everyone up front's going to stay out here. Again, this is where we're going to cross our fingers to make sure we actually make it to taking the green flag again. But nothing's really changed up front, except, of course, Joey Anderson going to be 4th there. Josco Ramos will be 5th. And Nick Gunther's just like that, right up to 6th after starting outside the top 10. You know that 56 is going to be fast if he's able to keep going, and I know he's going to be hungry after some of the bad luck that he's had thus far. Bill Martin and Randall Coleman will be 7th and 8th with Greg Lovell and Jacob Smetana rounding up the top 10 at the moment. But obviously slippery on these cold tires. We've seen that a good few times here.
yep, and I would say that after three runs of restarts and everything like that, you're kind of wanting to chomp at the bit and make up positions, maybe show what you've got.
Yeah, this could be a game of track position might be critical here. I mean, tires are of course going to play a big part, but passing looks like it is going to be very difficult, especially with how slippery these things are.
Yep.
All right, so we got the one to go here. Knocking on wood here. Sounds like we were beatboxing over there.
No. Just got a giant wood desk in front of me.
I'm on a little laptop here. We got an Ethernet cable hooked up to make sure the screen is smooth. And just a little nightstand next to me. So pace car is going to pull in here. William Page, Sean Romero, the front row.
The 1 stays zeros and the 0 stays ones.
Well, someone just had a problem. But we're going to make it. Looks like we're going to make it, albeit someone isn't. Guy in 3rd place just warping out there. But
Green flag.
we got it. Green flag back out. So we made it. Oh, maybe, but they're going to crash already. Oh, but they're off the track. That might actually not be a caution, but that will be with Smetana spinning. Oh, man, Randall Coleman actually got put into the wall. And yeah, Josh Moyers had fallen out there, coming back out on track. And that was ugly there. That, again, at first glance, it looked like Coleman got squeezed up into the wall. Having a look at it here. On the restart, Bill Martin was to the inside of the 9. And yeah, I think he was trying to give room to the 50. And Coleman just came up just a little bit too much there. And Greg Lovell also got collected, but then I think in the ensuing checkup, that's what sent Smetana around in 42. Nothing all that serious, but we are straight back to caution here. Josh Moyer is going to be kind of behind the 8 ball here. Yeah, there are some unhappy people in the NR chat. We'll bring it back to the live shot here for you guys.
Oh, reading some of those comments. Jeez.
Yeah,
I don't even know what happened in Vegas. What happened in Vegas stayed in Vegas, and I was not part of it.
No, I mean Vegas was a great race. Had a few cautions thrown in there, but nothing too crazy. Again, what's happened here tonight? I mean, yeah, we've had. It feels like a ton of cautions, but really, it's just 2, and that mainly just comes down to the server being a little bit buggy there. But we'll see what's going to happen this time around. And again, I think with more of these cautions coming out like this, it's just going to encourage a lot more care and caution as this thing goes on. Just checking back here. And they got some guys topping off with fuel. Probably trying to get it so that they can make it pretty easily on the one stop from here. But same front row with Page and Romero. And then it's Anderson and Gunther. And Ramos and Jim Black is now in the 6th position. A pretty good spot there for the Realtree machine. And then it's Tyler Allen and Toby Roberson. And then rounding out the top 10 will be Matt Watkins and Federico Zabai. Pace car back in. See if we make it around here and everything looks good. It's like every time we're coming to the green flag, I get nervous that, like you said, one of those 1s or 0s is going to blip in the wrong direction.
Look, I may work in IT, but I'm not the one causing this.
Maybe someone who's a little more devious is trying to do the same thing as we're back to green flag racing there. Sean Romero with a slow restart. Gonna let Jovan Anderson get by him there. Possibly Nick Gunther as well.
Some cars bounce off the outside wall.
See if everyone can keep it going here. Tyler Mellon way to the inside, almost squeezing some guys there. Jovan Anderson clips the wall. Looks like we are gonna make it back around. And Page has opened up a very comfortable lead there. Ahead of Jovan Anderson and Gunther. And then Romero has fallen to 4th, but is clear at the moment.
We got a green flag lap. Yeah!
We got a green flag lap there.
We now have a caution.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
It had to be said. It's Seth Cole in the 66. And that car looks pretty tore up.
Looks like the 83 lost it. Got up the racetrack and had nowhere to go.
And this is 3 and 4 here. Seeing the 83. There he is.
That got it slowed down all the way to like 80 miles an hour, so not much damage for him, just looked bad.
Yeah, ooh, and a little bit of a cut there to Greg Lovell, but yeah, Lusk just started to lose it there, and then just tapped the inside wall, which bounced him up right into traffic. That wall just not in the best spot there, and pretty much caused a bit of a melee. I mean, that counts as a green flag lap, though. No doubt about it. But pretty familiar top five there. Tyler Mallon, despite these cautions, has not been holding back whatsoever. And to be quite honest, I am not surprised. But now 5th place. Moving on up. A lot of clutching from Nick Gunther there. Kind of an interesting strategy. Knowing what the fuel window is now. But maybe trying to go just a little bit farther than everyone else. Could definitely play into his favor. Let's go Ramos still looking solid there in 6th place, just behind him at Watkins. Another quiet yet very talented driver. Kind of like Sean Romero. And I would argue Chris Emery, if y'all remember him, just those guys who just kind of lurk, don't really do, they don't really show their hand until late in the going. They just kind of quietly run within the top 10 and just hang out until the end of the race. You can call them like the closers, basically. Jim Black, Everly Allen, Sean Whitehill are going to be the top 10 at this point. There's a Whitehill getting up to where he's at currently in the number 12.
Andrew, I gotta ask you a question because I know other people have, but I haven't been able to talk to anyone about this yet. Have you seen the Batman yet?
No. Admittedly, I am not much of a moviegoer, but
Yeah. Look, I haven't gone to see a movie since 2020, and that was like right before the pandemic happened. If you like it, if you like superheroes or Batman or anything like that, really good movie, just saying.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I've just never been one for like going to the movie theater, to be honest.
Oh no, I get that.
I mean, and also I know I'm a racing fan, but my hearing is very sensitive. I have to wear earplugs even in the movie theater and at concerts.
Fair.
Which reminds me, I am definitely going to a Breaking Benjamin concert. I am.
Did Breaking Benjamin break up at some point, like within the last 5 years, 10 years?
They did for a while, and then frontman pretty much threw it back together with some new guys. And,
okay.
They're still kicking butt. They're touring with, the show's going to be with Starset, I think Seether, and someone else who I can't remember her name. I'm drawing a blank on that one. We're going to go green here, though. Lap 17 of 78. At least as of this particular running. You're back to racing. And another great jump from Page. And that inside line, definitely where you want to be on the initial jump. Look at Mallon going all the way to the inside once again. Sean Romero trying to use the outside to his advantage. Going to stay clear of Oscar Ramos for now. Mallon's flying off the corner there.
Mallon's doing a good job, but he started in 5th, but all those moves right on that opening lap, he really didn't do anything, so.
Yeah, still to be 5th. I mean, almost lost the spot to Ramos, but has gotten it back. Matt Watkins has followed suit now. Has just gotten past the 50. That's for 6th. And we're still under green. So that's a win.
There's a win.
And we'll see what kind of run we get going here. Ramos with a bit of a dive there. And Edward Leal going to take advantage with the better exit. Might actually be able to get the pass done on the outside. Looks like he will do so. Is that the caution again? Yes, it is. And that's Daniel Cardozo in the trial on the 29. We're going into turn number 3 here. We're in the corner, maybe cut the apron a little bit, and then just couldn't quite get off of it. Goes for a spin. A little nudge from James Moore, and then they kept it going from there. And then trying to get going, actually lit up the tires and spun out again, so trouble there for the 29, who looked like it was about mid-pack when that occurred. So that was with 60 to go. Still got about another 10 laps to run before these guys could consider making it on fuel. Let's see, any other movies you would recommend currently?
No, the Batman is the only current movie that is out that I would really suggest. Though, if you give me a moment, there was a good the movie that I saw prior in theaters 2 years ago. Let me find the name of it. If you like historical pieces, it's pretty good.
Okay. And a documentary-esque, maybe?
It's a biographical legal drama. I just found it. It's called Just Mercy, and if you like Michael B. Jordan, a good movie.
Bit of recommendations there from our local movie connoisseur, I guess you could say.
Occasional movie connoisseur. Very occasional.
More than me, that's for sure. I have nothing in that department. We'll take a look at the scoring here very quickly. Everyone's still showing on the lead lap. 27 guys starting, and all the 27 still on the lead lap. Just checking to see where the 68 is at the moment, shown in 15th as it stands. Slowly trying to claw his way back up through the field after falling out of the server. And there is Josh Moyers right there. Going to be restarting on the inside, which is definitely where you want to be if you want to make up some ground. Actually, I've yet to see any of the My Hero Academia movies. I know that sounds random as heck, but I've definitely gotten it. I'm starting to get into the anime side of things. I'm not gonna lie.
I have seen a tiny bit of My Hero, and it's
What?
I'm laughing because my problem is I annoyed a couple of my friends because I had more questions about, hey, why is that particular person invisible? Why is a person part frog? And it's like, it's just the way that it is. Like, you don't need to ask about this. And it's like, but
Yeah.
it's so surreal. Why would I not ask about this?
It's definitely one of those cases of you have to suspend disbelief for a moment and just accept that it is what it is.
Upon first viewing, I had more questions than anyone actually being able to give me logical answers. I've changed my tune going forward.
I have watched all 5 seasons, and I swear I am in the same boat. Here we
Green
go
flag.
once again.
And Jovin's gonna lose second place here, maybe.
Yeah, look at this run from Gunther here, going to use the inside to his advantage, but there is definitely some grip on the outside there. Jovin's trying to use it, but looks like it's not going to quite work. Gunther will get that spot. Romero and Malin side by side there for 4th. Also curious to see maybe if we do get a long run going here, if shifting could come into play, possibly in turns 3 and 4, to try to help the car rotate.
Well, I was going to say, drivers are already kind of doing that in turns 3 and 4, as they are shifting it down to 3rd gear and like about the middle of the apex to try and get it to handle a little bit better. And, you know, William Page is actually doing that right before you hit the start and finish line. Ooh. So,
goodness. Almost contact there with Watkins and the Owl. They're going to keep it straight there. Hello there. Goodbye.
Yep, Page is definitely bouncing between gears 3 and 4 to be able to get through the corners and keeping up speed quite a bit by it.
That's actually kind of interesting there for the leader to be doing that. Kind of a more aggressive approach, but definitely looks like it's working. Kind of maintaining a steady gap on Nick Gunther at the moment.
About half a second distance right now.
Joe Anderson losing a little bit here, about to maybe fall into the clutches of the 81 and the 71. Pretty sure I just saw Malin shift as well, so yeah, it just looks like it's a matter of driving style more than anything. And is Malin going to take it to the inside? Take it right to the edge of that grip patch, right all the way down there.
Ooh, Joven does bounce off the wall a tiny bit.
Just a little bit. Thank you, Joe, for getting that.
And Joven's going to fall back to 4th. And we got a yellow.
Yellow again.
Do we? Yes.
That is John Foreman and Jessica Shelton. That is in turn 2.
Jessica drove it into the corner. I think she did the gear shift. No, she didn't. She drove it deep into the corner and then slid and locked up. And evasive maneuvers by 2 other cars almost colliding into her.
Whoa, Ryan Lusk getting really close, and then there's Foreman sliding there. But yeah, there's that grip patch that we had mentioned a little while earlier. If you hit it just right, it will really help you out. If you hit it even just a little bit off or you're not prepared for it, it will catch you out very, very easily. And I think that may have been what happened in '94. Just hit it just a little bit off, or you're just a little bit too hot, not really sure, but that is so easy to do. We got quite a few guys on the pit road there, and quite a mixed bag of strategy. Looks like Tyler Malin may have been one of the first to come down. But a few guys, including Page, Gunther, Leal, have stayed out, including Moyers, who is now going to be 4th. With Greg Lovell and Jacob Smetana then 5th and 6th. But definitely got a little bit of a run going there. Now showing lap 31 of 78, when in reality it's probably more like, oh geez, lap 60 something out of 110. But just for simplicity's sake, of course, I'm going to be going off of the actual scoring that you see down in the bottom left corner of your screen. And shout out to JTN there for taking care of the bot that seems to really have a fascination with me. Everyone watching the live chat back is not going to see it, but I think y'all can guess it's definitely not appropriate. So this time it will be green flag with 45 to go. And Paige and Gunther up here on the front row. Paige has been dominant so far, pretty much behind them though. They have been shuffling all around. And now we're going to have a mixed bag of tires and old tires. Got James Warren, Daniel Cardozo, who are going to be rounding out the guys onto old tires. Tyler Mallon on fresh ones, along with Matt Watkins, Sean Romero, and a number of others. That run was still in this probably single-digit numbers, so we'll see how much of a difference that is going to play.
Here we go, green flag once more. Bit of a bobble by the leader,
Oh,
but
goodness.
holds it together.
Watkins just spun. And a few other guys getting collected there, including Blaine Donlin and then RJ Bishop, and I believe Jeff Goodpaster. That was bizarre there from the 15 of Watkins. One of the guys on fresher tires, I wonder if he got bumped. Oh yeah, 29 didn't get going, 50 wasn't ready for it, and around he went, just barely clipped the 72 then to cause a little more of a chain reaction ahead.
About 4 or 5 cars involved, don't pretty much in that. Really hard whip by the the 72.
I think the one lone Honda in the field is that 72.
He got turned towards the outside wall and then got whipped back to the inside. So, yeah.
They made just a little bit of contact with Goodpaster in the 33, that Hamlin car. Looks like some guy's still taking the caution here. We're waiting for the pace car to catch back up. Looks like everyone who stayed out that first time around is going to do the same thing here. As the pace car will catch them, pick them up. Brett Bodine certainly earning his keep out there, but someone who's not really complaining about seeing no one in front of him but the pace car is William Page. Car number 5. Looking to keep it there for the remainder of the going here. And of course they will need to pit at some point or another here. And it looks like it might actually be this time for the 5. Look at that. Jennifer Leal and Greg Lovell coming in as well. Not sure if pit road maybe wasn't open the last time or not, but either way, they're going to pit, sacrifice their track position, and get the tires and fuel that they need to probably at this point make it to the end. But that will give the lead to the 56. Man, you're going to have a fun time trying to fend off Josh Moyers there in the 68. That is going to be an interesting fight there. It will be 42 laps to go this time by. Some guys still looks like they're sorting it out up here. James Moore down in the apron, maybe pulling the voluntary fallback. I believe that he should be scored on the outside here. But the other three maybe pulling a voluntary move to get out of Dodge, and it looks like he will do so. Field coming back to the green flag. Jacob Smetana there in third place. But watch out for that 81. You know that he is going to make it happen. As we are back at it here. A little bit of a cleaner getaway that time around. Diving it way down there was the 56. Trying to hold on to the lead here. Smetana to the inside.
Hooters 22s.
Cardozo sliding up the track a little bit there. Some smoke there. On the bottom of the dog leg there. No caution at the moment. But that's going to be one. And that is this number 6 of Zabai. Looks like he may have gotten some help.
Yep, cut off the 15 and goes for a whirly burn spin.
Apologies for the clanging heater there. Yeah, just a couple guys going for the same piece of real estate there. Officially now to the halfway point of this particular segment. Pretty much of the run here. And we got a couple more guys into the pits, including Gunther and Moyers. But Jacob Smetana has stayed out, along with Tyler Mallon there, Sean Whitehill, Sean Romero, and Bill Martin will now be the top 5. Now the strategy's starting to flip-flop here. Guy's going to be on a lot of altering strategies. That could get things pretty interesting here. Looks like James Moore did end up going a lap down there. Will get the free pass and is coming up to the front here to take that. Night filled with a lot of craziness, that's for sure.
Yep.
Just, yep. All there really is to it. Seth Cole without a rear end.
I don't know how else you describe it, really.
Yeah, his server didn't want to cooperate, and then track proven to be really tough on these guys. As far as getting the car where it needs to be. But grandstands are still full. That's not going to change. Says the field should be getting one to go this time here. And also, we shout out Fast, we shout out JGN, also got a shout out to Full Circle Racing Designs, the creators of the next gen mod here. showcasing it here tonight. The Fast Racing League and a few other leagues out there, including Melon Car, among many others. They've done a phenomenal job on this game that is far from dead, no matter what anyone says. So it will be Jacob Smetana and Tyler Mallon on the front row this time around. Smetana's been doing alright so far, but has never been this close to the front. So we'll see what he's going to be able to do from up here. Same could be said about the 12. But Sean Whitehall has plenty of speed, so we'll see what they are able to do with it. Pace car back in. Gonna be lap 43 of 78. So shout out there to Toby Robertson, who is now going to be 6th on this restart. Penske number 64.
And here we go. Green flag.
Back at it again. Yeah, that inside lane, proving how good it is on these jumps. Montana with a big lead there.
Oh, we
Whitehill
got
also
another
clears.
crash.
A big dive there from Malin, but it's all going to be for naught. And that's Anderson now with a spin.
Got pinched, slid up, hit another car, spun around,
Oh, man.
and then gets hit in the rear by the 45.
Just squeeze a little bit there. That looks like Jim Black. Might not have realized that they were 3 wide there. And you have a little nudge from Bishop. Yeah, that's the problem though. I mean, with how wide this track is, you just don't know where guys are going to be going exactly, so it's almost kind of a guessing game. And of course the spotter doesn't always get it right either, so you're kind of at the mercy of whatever's happening around you. Looks like everyone has mostly stayed out here. Aside from Edinburgh Leal in the 09, he's in. At the front, going to be pretty much the same here. Malin actually lost 3rd place there, but got it right back just as the caution was coming out there. But man, that inside line has been absolutely dominant on these restarts thus far. Let's see if it's going to continue. Because Sean Whitehill did get clear of the 81 as they were taking the caution there. A few more stragglers there toward the back. We're taking lap 46 here. We're probably going to be close to 30 to go when we go green. Blake, I'll let you have the floor to give any shout-outs if you want to. Just while we have some time.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have no one to shout out. I have nothing to promote.
Well, an honest man. Nothing wrong with that.
These days, all I'm trying to do is just keep myself above what the gas is going for, and well, race when I can and race how I can.
That is probably most of us, and I can firmly agree to that. Because no matter what is going on in the world, no matter what at all, gas prices, invasions, anything of that sort, I mean, we're still all here doing what we love, and that's sim racing. course, probably the majority are giving it a go in iRacing. Shout out to the guys racing in iRacing as well. But in 2003, the OG still keeping it alive. You know, we had probably 60 guys for this league alone try to qualify for Daytona. A number of other leagues getting 20, 30 guys every week. Or some smaller ones out there too that have been around for a long time. But if you're looking for something else that's maybe just a little bit smaller, a little more casual, definitely there's something for everyone out there, all skill levels, even development series. So long as you go looking, you'll definitely find what you're looking for in the world of sim racing in NASCAR Racing 2003. Will the inside line stay as dominant on these restarts as it has been so far? Let's find out here.
Green flag is going to wave once again. Here we go.
Another nice jump there. Not as big of a jump, but still a good one. Everyone diving it down there. That yellow line will definitely be enforced pretty loosely. Rewind there.
And the 81 just took the lead.
And look at that. But 42 might try to cross him over. Shout out to Bill Martin there up to third and 39. But man, what a dive there into the corner for the 81. Going to take the lead officially now. Clearing them both. Still side by side for second.
Slides up the racetrack.
Sliding a lot. Oh man, not sure if that's what he was looking for. Slide from Roberson. Trying to take third away now, but look at Martin going for the lead. Ooh, pushed up a little bit there. We're inside of 30 to go now, 29 to go. Mallon takes it back. Looking for 2 in a row is that 81. But we're also going to keep an eye on the guys who might be looking to charge up on fresher tires. For side-by-side battle here, that is for 7th, Coleman and Ramos. Looks like Coleman is going to get that one. Cody Luke, Jeff Goodpaster going at it there for a top 10.
99 dives it. He's going to get side-by-side at least, almost.
Shifting there's the 81. You saw the car kind of bobble there, and that's them shifting very close. And 39, he is looking awfully racy. But shout out to him.
When you've had the night that he's had, we got a yellow.
And Ryan Lusk 83 spinning in turn 2.
No credit. Credit to him. It was only him.
Yep, have a look here. You know, all by himself there. And then just lost it. Actually, I don't think that he caused it. May have actually been the 29 or Daniel Cardozo. Because I saw other smoke ahead of the 83. And yep, that is exactly what it was. Into the outside and the back end coming around, and with that being in front of traffic, that's what actually brought out the caution, and then probably Lusk spinning while checking up in the back end, just getting a little bit unhappy. Not been the best night there for the 29, but still trying to hang in there as best he can. Number of guys into the pits. Good number of the leaders there. But a few stragglers staying out. Got Randall Coleman, Matt Watkins, and Nick Gunther. I definitely need to make a better effort to actually see pit stops when they happen, and then probably review wrecks and incidents. Keep that in mind for future reference. Definitely looks like track position is Excuse me. They're going to be the name of the game here. And with the laps winded down at this point, 25 to go. We'll see if maybe this was the money strategy for this top four here.
Andrew, I do apologize. I think you're going to have to do the next 25 laps without me. I got to call it a night.
Hey, that's no problem, man. I appreciate you being here, and have a good night.
Thank you. I'll be glad to come back in the future if you need me.
I will keep an eye on Facebook in that case.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
Right on. Take care.
User disconnected from your channel.
Shout out to Blake. They're always good having him around. Again, making sure I keep it fresh. Some new faces in the booth each week. Of course, we'll probably see plenty more Blake, plenty more Joe Runt. Maybe get Joe Toe himself in here at some point. And maybe some other drivers as time goes on. The field taking one to green here, most likely. And indeed we are. Will be 23 to go. Let's see what the game of track position versus tires will officially do here. We're going to see it on full display at this point. Because let's see, we know that Tyler Mallon was leading when that caution came out. He will now be scored in 11th on this restart. Guys still getting lined up. And lights are actually still on, so we still have another lap. This is going to get these guys biting their nails a little bit more. As far as trying to make up ground or try to hold their ground. Lights are out now. So it is official, it is 1 to green. So Coleman and Watkins now find themselves on the front row. With the strategy mix-up falling as it does. Nick Gunther back to third. And Eddie Verliel, the Fontana winner, up in fourth. Of course, Coleman, the Daytona winner. Excuse me. Madeline looking to gain some track position along with the 39 and a bunch of others who pitted and are now on fresh rubber and ready to make something happen. Chevy Toyota on the front row. 21 laps to go. 22 rather, excuse me. Into the restart zone we go, and this time a much more even jump between the two lanes. Almost overbanking there, 9 into the 15. But Watkins powering around on the outside. Gonna get the move done. Coleman in second. And then side by side. Leal trying to get underneath the Gunther. Credit to the tour of number 66. Going on to 5th place for the moment, but here comes Mallon, and followed by Roberson. Take it by James Moore, and now the 66. Bill Martin diving way below the line. Again, it looks like that rule has pretty much been thrown out the window. And we're cautioned again. Shelton in turn 1. There's also Sean Romero as well. Actually, coming through the dogleg here looks like it may have been Shelton that got into trouble first. On the outside of Blaine Donlin, and Donlin just comes up and the slightest little nudge. Man, that sent her out of shape. And then just had nowhere to go for the 71. We'll check it back to the live picture here. Looks like we got a couple more takers on the pit road there, including Leal. Has come down. As has Rambo Coleman. Looking for some fresh tires himself within 20 laps to go. So Watkins still the leader. Gunther will be second. But then fresher tires for Mallon and Roberson. They will be third and fourth. So Cole's still fifth. The Bill Martin has been doing a phenomenal job tonight in that 39. This is my first time this season seeing him on track. And this is the best that I've seen him do. This track is definitely to his liking. He's doing a great job up there. Going to be restarting in 6th here. With James Moore, Jacob Smetana. 7th and 8th. It looks like Jeff Goodhester and Oscar Ramos will be the top 10. Topsy-turvy. Everyone has probably been everywhere at some point or another in this race. Like, yeah, there you see 11th place is going to be William Page, who dominated the outset. And now as we take 19 laps to go, looks like it will probably be a 17 lap to go restart. Excuse me, 16. We just took 18 to go. I apologize. Plenty of Chevys and Toyotas up here at the front. Best running Ford is the 39. We are finally winding it down on the lap counter. Up Mallon with those fresh tires, gonna be a shark smelling blood at the moment. The question is there going to be enough time, or if these cautions continue to occur, it's going to play into the favor of the 15 and the 56. Or we'll see, maybe their tires are even enough that it won't make too much of a difference. Either way. But the lights are now out on the pace car. In the field, lining back up once again. I am going to admit this. I mean, we only have 2 retirees on the whole night. Considering how many cautions there are, that's actually pretty impressive. All things considered. As they get lined up for 16 to go. And as this intensity level is going to ramp up here and guys are going to feel more and more urgent to get to the front, I don't think we're done with cautions. But we'll see what happens. Matt Watkins in familiar territory there at the front. Again, always kind of quietly lurking. Has had a couple issues tonight. But back in good position at the moment. Nick Gunther also in familiar territory. Back at the front, but they've got some hungry drivers behind them. Late green there. Jeff Goodhester gets a bump, goes down to the inside, but they're going to keep it clean at the moment. Watkins clear handily there. Spinner, it's going to be Goodhester. Everything else also around. We got another look at that here really quick. Grid Passer got shuffled to the inside. And then came back up onto the track. Actually, they wrecked further back there, but looked like a nudge from the 6. And then everybody else just not really anywhere to go. And yeah, there was something else that occurred further back here, involving Jessica Shelton and Sean Romero again. Someone looked like they may have gotten up into the wall, and it was actually Romero. Well, he actually bounced off of the 09, and that's what sent them both around. Well, those two have found each other's body panels a few times thus far. And Joe, thank you for reminding me there. I totally forgot about that. As we tick down the laps here, we are going to be racing back within 10 laps to go. I originally thought it was 5, but it looks like it's actually 10 for this time around. I apologize for my misconception there earlier in the season. But yeah, we'll be racing back with 10 to go, so if a caution comes out, we'll be keeping our eye on the battle for the lead here. We saw Watkins get the better jump there, but Gunther was able to do a good job at least getting into the corner. Still feel like Malin's got to be jumping at the bit here. A little bit of a nudge there to the 56. Those guys definitely race each other more than a few times in a couple other leagues. With those two though, you never know if it's maybe friendly bumping or not so friendly bumping. Also coming up there was the 39, who's again looking really strong up there, has now gotten the 4th. And the shout out, of course, got to go to Roberson in 5th. Again, you just play the strategy right, and as long as you can hold the car up there, that's a win in and of itself on a track like this. And Seth Cole still hanging in there in a tore-up race car. We'll be restarting in 7th. Oscar Ramos quietly lurking toward the back of the top 10 here. James Moore in 9th after being a lap down at some point in this race. And then Sean Whitehill 10th. Sporting the JTN colors. Which again, like I said, next week will not be on here, this channel. Go check out JTN for coverage of the Atlanta race for the Fast Renegade Cup Series. JTN providing some help there in chat. Always good to have you, Joe. So it will be 12 to go, or excuse me, 11 to go. Oh my gosh, I keep messing that up. 11 laps to go when we take the stripe. So if they make it back around the next time, each caution after that will be racing back. It's been a crazy one. It's been topsy-turvy, server problems, tough racetrack. But we're bringing it all to you here. There's Watkins and Gunther in familiar position around the front row. But what are those guys going to be doing on fresher tires? Of course, don't count out a few guys a little further back there. See if maybe they can use the cautions or a green flag run to their advantage. Could go either way. Another late green there. I think it's just because I'm at a different camera angle. That's probably what it is. But another great jump from Watkins, going to take the lead there. And Malin, with a better jump this time, is going to get second, possibly to the inside of the 15. 15 going to get the run there. The tap to the wall. 56 with a great run on the outside. Taking lap 69. Very nice. Ooh, little wiggle in there. Caution is out. Almost went 3 wide there and almost had some trouble. And oh boy, big trouble. Coming off of 4. Okay, it may have been Joe and Anderson initially. Have a quick look here behind William Page. And stack up a little bit, and Ryan Lusk actually spinning in front of them. And then that sent Page around, and guys just kind of getting collected. Still nothing too serious though. But that was, they were just taking the caution as they were taking 10 to go, so that would not have been race back anyway. They kind of were in a way because it was that close. But we're back to just building the tension. That's all we're going to keep doing with each passing pace lap. Gunther managed to hold on to second, but you saw them going 3 wide. With Roberson looking to get a little racy there. Bill Martin still 5th, Jacob Smetana in 6th. I think at this point now you're just going to run the tires out with what you got. Pitting probably would not gain you anything. You just gotta trust your tires and do the best that you can with what you got. And yeah, it'll be nice to getting off week for me and for everyone to see a real pro in action. Like I said, definitely subscribe to the JoJo Network. JTN2. They even have merch. Something I don't have. Maybe someday. Looks like the lights are out. This will be 6 laps remaining. They will race back. And if a caution comes out at either this lap or the next lap, they might still have another chance to get it green. But probably after that point, the race would end under caution. That just goes to show just how bold these guys are probably going to be. Gunther's hungry for a win finally, after how much bad luck he's had. Matt Watkins, of course, always knows how to get it done. Tyler Mallon, though, fresher tires, and probably the most aggressive driver that you will see. Probably outside of some of the guys like Leal and Ramos. And don't count out Toby Roberson either. We saw how racy he got. We are coming to the green flag once again. Here we go. 6 laps. 2 decided. Going to even jump. But a little bit of an advantage to the 15. He will clear the 56 just barely. Into turn 1. Look at Josh Moyers diving it in there. Outside the top 10 on that restart. Going to definitely body bring to the top 10 now. And Mallon has cleared for 2nd. That could be trouble for Watkins. 5 to go. Still green. dive way low there. Bill Martin, holy moly. Now looking to use that grip pass to his advantage. Mallon trying for 2 in a row. Gonna clear for now. Ooh, hard hit there. 64 into the wall, trying to defend. Watkins is gonna try to the inside for the lead. Not sure if he's gonna have the tires to do it though. As they are crashing. They took the caution flag. Mallon was the leader at the line. Ahead of the 15 and the 56. They smoke pretty much everywhere on the track. You might have some, we might have a few replays to look at here. Go ahead and take a look at that very quickly. Because we're right on the edge of maybe getting back green. Although, I'm 75. I'm not sure. We'll see. Oh, goodness. This is further back. William Page. And, oh, Jeff Goodpaster gets turned. Going in the corner and upside down. Jessica Shelton spins as well. I think the caution was out at this point and they were racing back. And then some more trouble here. Sean Whitehill down low and then, ooh, that was a push up there from John Foreman into Randall Coleman. And then that was the spinning that we heard coming to the line. And then just collecting a couple other guys there. You got James Moore spinning. There's Ryan Lusk around. Holy moly. That's an end of the race chaos there. And I think the race is probably going to end up finishing here under caution with that wreck. A great effort there from Watkins. But I just don't think that he quite had the tires underneath him. And yeah, the lights would have had to go out that time as we take 2 laps to go. So Tyler Mallon going 2 in a row here. Vegas and Phoenix. Just has to make it back around under pace speed just a couple more times. Matt Watkins coming up oh so close, but will finish second. A great run there. Nick Gunther, it's not a win, but he definitely got to feel like he got the monkey off his back there with a 3rd place finish. In the 56, a great run. And a major great run there to Bill Martin and Toby Roberson in 5th and 6th. Great job there for 39 and 64 respectively. Jacob Smetana will be in 6th. Also a phenomenal job. And a pretty decent recovery drive there from Josh Moyers to finish in 7th. After all is said and done. Oscar Ramos, Cody Luke, and Sean Whitehill will round out the top 10. If it stays as it is, white flag. Gotta bring it on around here. For Tyler Mallon, they get it 2 in a row. Again, a lot of it came down to strategy. With how many cautions there were, it was just a matter of when do you pit and when do you not. And I would say pretty much the guys up here in the top 5, they just luckily managed to time it perfectly. And there's a lot of luck, but you also just gotta know when to do it and how to keep your car in the position once you get there. When to be patient when you do fall back, and these guys nailed it to a T. So credit to all of them. Of course, Tyler Mallon going to be getting the biggest congratulations with the victory. And number 81, Intel Toyota, bringing it to victory lane once again after a crazy, chaotic, just about everything that could have happened did happen in this race. Server crashes, multiple leather crashes, And that's how it finishes right there. The guys just kind of messing around there. Malin getting it done for the second week in a row. Some bumps from Seth Cole. You're bringing it around to burn it down. Kevin Anderson. A little congratulatory bump there, not the run that 93 would have wanted. And there's Gunther. With another little congratulatory bump. 2 in a row for the 81, the first multi-time winner of this long, long season. Reggie Bishop's decided he's going to join him in some burnouts. Bishop probably just having a little bit of fun out there. I mean, hey, I think everyone deserves to celebrate after a night like that. Put him up on his side. And onto his roof, that's perfect. And then there you go, getting his burnouts. That was perfect. Well, Malin knows how to do some burnouts. He's done a fair share of them. Come back around, a little half Polish victory lap here. Full Polish victory lap. Was it Phoenix the first track that Alan Kowicki did that? I mean, if so, that is quite fitting. Bishop got flipped back over, said, hey, I want to keep doing burnouts, and Malin said, denied. The spotlight is on you, good sir. And rightfully so. 2 in a row. In a very, very competitive field. Through the infield, probably looking for victory lane. It's around there somewhere. Probably gonna lose sight of him. How about the details on this track, though? All the haulers, everything. What a cool track. Albeit quite brutally difficult, to say the very least. But Tyler Malin getting it done. Once again. And then they'll be heading off to Atlanta. Check in here really quick. We'll go ahead and talk with our race winner.
User was moved to your channel.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
I am just fine. Just got to see you go 2 in a row, man. That's got to feel
Yeah.
pretty good.
Pretty happy about that. It's, definitely got some good short run practice in. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean there, but no, awesome stuff, man. The first multi-time winner of the season. Got to feel good. How you feeling heading to Atlanta?
Well, normally at Atlanta, I would be really, really happy to go there because that's always been my favorite track. But then they ruined it, so that's no longer my favorite track. So I honestly don't know what I'm feeling going into that race, but I'm just hoping we get some green runs. Hopefully it's a tire race, but with the shape of New Atlanta and the fact that it's fresh pavement, I don't think we're gonna get much tire wear. So I don't know. Could be good. Haven't actually done a race on New Atlanta yet, but I don't know yet.
Yeah, that's gonna be something different, and looking forward to seeing it. It'll be on JTN, so I'm gonna keep mentioning that. Make sure you all go check that out. I will say you have the floor if you want to shout anyone out here before I let you go and celebrate properly.
I want to thank Randall for letting me race in this league again. It's been fun coming back and being competitive and having good races with people like Matt Watkins, Josh Moyers, Randall himself, obviously, Nick Gunther, and Sean Whitehill. Those guys are always up at the front. It's a lot of fun racing around them on the green flag laps that we get. So, yeah.
Yeah. Great job. 2 in a row, and be rooting for you to see how many more you can get.
Thank you so much.
Right on.
Do you want me to get out of here now, or
If you want to.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
User left your channel.
You would think that he would get used to me interviewing him after a while, but no, it's all good. We'll talk to our 3rd place finisher next here. Get Nick Gunther in here.
User was moved to your channel.
And there is Nick. 3rd place. I know despite all the events of tonight, got to feel like result-wise, you got a bit of a monkey off your back there after what's happened.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks were not fun at all.
Yeah, but 3rd, got to be feeling good about that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there was no way I was going to beat Tyler in that. He's just that fast of a driver with newer tires, and I was just staying out on old tires because I really wanted the stage win because the league's a little messed up in terms of like what is the stage win, what is not, because I don't know. I'm not sure if I got the stage win or not, but so maybe that gamble paid off. Yeah, it was just really refreshing. It's just people just need to use their heads a little bit more. I mean, like this is like literally the first track like in the season that's gonna require some talent, and next week it really, especially with CTS physics, it's really not gonna require any talent at all. So it's gonna be really scary, I think, racing around other people during this season because they're just I'm not sure if they're just a little unsure but I just think people can do a little bit better than this. This is silly. This was a fun setup too.
Well, but yeah, I see what you mean though. I do, but still, you showed a lot of speed yourself, and once you got up front there, the strategy call, whether it was for the stage or the end of the race, it ended up paying off anyway with the 3rd place there. You gotta be feeling good about that, like you said, and like you were saying. But we'll go and the other floor if you want to shout anyone out, send any thank yous, anything of the sort.
I mean, well, recently, actually, I'm starting a job tomorrow, actually. That's what the car is about, like the Impact Health that's on there. I mean, technically, they're now going to be officially sponsoring the 56 car for the rest of the season, and maybe the 55 and other leagues as well, whether it be like maybe Next Gen or BSR Maverick Cup Series coming up soon, maybe. Yeah, I can't thank the people in Impact Health enough for giving me the job. I can't wait to start tomorrow. Should probably get ready for bed for that now. Actually, get ready for work tomorrow. But yeah, I can't thank them enough for giving me the job. I've got a huge monkey off my back for that for sure.
Yeah, I hope that goes well for you, man. Congratulations, and go kick some butt over there, just like you keep kicking butt over here.
I just can't wait for Coda so I can actually kick some butt. It's gonna be fun there.
I'm really looking forward to watching it.
All right. Thank you, Andrew.
User left your channel.
The always outspoken Nick Gunther, but no, that's all good. I definitely understand where he's coming from, but hey, that's just the nature of some of these tracks. They are tough, they are brutal, and especially when you're having on and off glitches like that. These things just happen. So, but again, credit to everyone for watching who hung in there. Credit to all the drivers for hanging in there, the admins for hanging in there. That was tough, but we ended up putting on a show no less. Appreciate everyone for watching and what they do here at Fast, and of course Full Circle Racing Designs for what they did with the mod. Again, Atlanta next week with the new configuration might be a little bit of Super Speedway-esque. We'll see who's gonna be able to get that done. Tune into the JoJo Network to check that one out, and then we'll be back here for Coda and Onward with a couple of exceptions thrown in there. I'll be sure to keep everyone posted on that. For now, though, thank you everyone for hanging in there and tuning in. It's been fun, and I will see you all in a couple weeks. Until then.